YouTube, what's good, boys? Welcome back to the channel. Buck Merlin here to bring you the Season 5 patch notes of Warzone. We don't really care about Modern Warfare 3 right now, so let's go through the important stuff. You can see looking great. Starting out, Battle Pass. Can't wait for the Black Cell. You guys already know. Have not played the game yet, boys. We're just going over patch notes. I have seen some gameplay from Z Later and some other guys, so I've got a bit of information for you. Let's see how it goes. Dressed in the issue causing poor performance on Xbox One consoles. Ooh, boys, the prayers have been answered. If you're on Xbox, that's amazing. Improved quality of life, improved quality of first-person arm textures on the Jeans Ghost Operator skin. Removed incompatible underbarrel from the Matombre blueprint for the FJX Horse. Makes no sense. Cool. Urzikstan, boys, we're getting Superstore. Let's go. We love to see it. If you're looking for a place to shop, loot, and shoot, look no further than the new Superstore, point of interest in Urzikstan. This retail complex has everything you need, from guns and ammo to kill streaks. Just watch out for enemy squads. They might have a different idea of customer service. Nice bars, COD. We love that. Map looks pretty good. I watched a little bit of, Superstore Resurgence. Looks pretty sick. So limited time mode, only 28 players, and a match duration of 10 minutes. Apparently, a regular multiplayer match averages about 9 minutes. So this is the max duration. I think it's going to feel a lot more like multiplayer versus playing like a resurgence, like a regular resurgence. So Bondle or Rebirth Island or Fortune's Keep or anything like that. This is definitely a much faster paced and a much shorter game period, which I think will be good, especially for the newer players learning how to do that. Let's check out our playlist. Actually, Superstore Resurgence quads. That's cool. Ranked play trios for sure. Plunder, Battle Royale, solo duos, trios, and quads. They brought it back, boys. Let's get some newts on Big Map. Well, we love to see Resurgence, solos, duos, quads. No trios on Rebirth Island. No worries. Oh, on map so trios is the only one on the map rotation. The rest of them are all Rebirth Island all the time. That's amazing, dude. Playing duos, Rebirth Island. We're going to crush, boys. Let's get it. So Warzone rewards. These are the 4 challenges that we used to have that we got all those camos for. Season 5 introduces new weapon camos, blueprints, and other cosmetic rewards through the already available Warzone rewards system. We've added 16 new challenges divided in 4 categories: combat expertise, cooperation, mobility, and redacted. Earn the sports icon weapon blueprint, another Bruin MK9, because we only have like 19 blueprints from that for all the challenges. I don't know why they can't just put a different camo on a different gun. That makes no sense to me at all. New things coming into the game. This is what I'm hyped for. This is gonna be pretty sick. Redeploy drone beacon. Veterans may remember what we used to call the portable redeploy balloon. It has returned with a fresh coat of paint and added functionalities. Use the RDB to call a redeploy drone whenever or wherever you want to relocate your team quickly. The RDB is a light object that can be thrown quite far. Beware, enemies can destroy the beacon or the drone at all times. Apparently, this works kind of like a C4, where if I'm running, I can throw it further if I'm running or sprinting versus if I'm just standing still. So it'll be interesting to see how that's used. I'm pretty hyped for that. All modes, resurgence, bounty contest, public event. This is what I was talking about in the other video for the patch notes. Bounty contest, public event assigns a bounty contract to each team, meaning players should always expect to be on the hunt or hunted. So that means it's every single person in the map gets a bounty. Then once you kill that one player for that bounty, it then goes to the next player on that team, allowing you to essentially just go through like a bounty wipe session, which, if you're a good team, is fire. If you're a bad team, just absolutely sucks. And they heard the request. We did not like the resurgence quest reward. So I know the picture looks pretty buns, but apparently it is animated. So it looks amazing in person, and apparently it glows. That's what I'm hearing. It looks pretty sick. It looks like the Jawbreaker camo. I didn't get that, so I'm hyped for that. Buy station inventory. The new RDB now replaces the PRD. That's cool. Limited stock 2 for sure. Resurgence Specialist has been added to buy stations. No way. Limited stock of 1 costs 30,000. Wow. So we can now buy Specialist from the buy station, but only 1 per buy station. That's pretty cool. Champions Quest timers. The timers for each element have been reduced per squad size. Oh my God. Thank the Lord. We might actually be able to do a resurgence nuke now. What's the difference? 30. So they've taken off 40 seconds. Wow, dude, 40 seconds. But Albie, boys, that means we would have had our nuke the other night on Resurgence. That's crazy. Seconds in trios, a 10-second reduction in duos, and a 10-second reduction in solos. Dang, there's a big difference in time. I did not realize it was that much. We wanted to create more gunfights around the nuke itself. We've noticed a lot of nukes were planted with the few squads remaining and or in final circles 100%. That was never the intent, and hopefully these timer reductions will keep the challenge difficult and make the ending more exciting. So essentially they're saying it's so hard to just get the elements down onto the ground and put them inside the actual like holder or nuke holder, I guess. You couldn't get it anywhere before the end of the game because it was so impossible. Even in a buy station and fire sale and buying all of them, and they had all the money, like it just doesn't happen. We deploy weapons. Handgun attachments have been refreshed, updated a few primary weapons, supplied later into matches. That's cool. Public event, the introduction of bounty contest reduces the chances of the following: occupation scan on Rebirth Island and Vondel, rogue signal on Fortune's Keep. So you guys know when it sends out that beacon and you're supposed to lay down or be in the water in order to not be detected, this is going to reduce the amount of times that happens, which I actually like. I don't really like those events, to be honest. I think they're kind of annoying. And the bounty contest will be a much more fast paced. I feel like the occupation scan slows the game down because everyone just decides to lay down. I mean, like for like seconds, you're just laying on the ground doing nothing. So I'm excited to see that. Solo contract behavior, quality of life. Contracts will no longer be canceled if you are eliminated in resurgent solos. This is pretty sick. Something I never really thought about, but that'll help us get more money in solos. So better pace of play. Static HV. Apparently, this is it the PDW from Black Ops 2. So if you guys played Black Ops 2, apparently this is very similar to that. It's doing okay from what I've heard. The static HV will bring compact lethality to the battlefield with a small SMG chambered in 5.7 by 28 millimeter. The weapon boasts a high fire rate and significant ammo capacity with a base of 50 rounds in its factory magazine. I love that. And then the STG44, from what I've seen for like the 10 seconds I saw it, this thing slaps. So I am really excited to have a new potential meta. I love the STG in Warzone 2. So this is going to be beautiful. The rifle that heralded the age of the assault rifle as a global standard, fully automatic and chambered in 7.92 by 33 millimeter. This is a hard-hitting primary weapon available via Battle Pass Sector 7. Let's go. New aftermarket parts. We've got the wide mouth barrel for this week, pretty much turning the Moors into a laser shotgun. So that's going to be insane. Try that out. I don't go through all of these because we went through some of those in the last week. Weapon buffs, boys, cross those fingers. I got bad feelings based on how that Black Cell Battle Pass is laid out and what we're getting in it, because I can guarantee you some of those things are not getting nerfed, because if they got nerfed, no one would buy the Battle Pass, would they? Okay, find out if I'm right. MCW lower torso modifier increased to 1.1 up from 1 times. May make a difference. It may bring down our TTK, or I guess our shots to kill rather than our TTK, down by 1 bullet, which might make it more competitive in range. I just don't see it taking over anything. The SVA545 max damage range increased to 36.83 meters. Wow, a 6 meter increase to max damage range is crazy on this, and nothing else. Let's see how the rest looks. Being a little bit of love, max damage range increased. That's cool. Decreased horizontal recoil magnitude, allowing greater predictability during sustained fire. Decreased overall recoil deviation. So just obviously took down a lot. I am not sure if the BAL is good enough to compete in metas, but I know that its accuracy rating was absolutely terrible. So that'll be interesting. MTZ556 near mid damage range increased to 60 meters, dang, a 10 meter buff on the near mid damage range. That makes the MTZ even more solid. M4 minimum damage increased to 21 up from 17. That is insane, actually. That's a lot. So maximum damage is the range that you have in the closest range. So that might be like to, meters or whatever it is on the AR. Damage is like what does at its maximum range. So if I'm shooting 50 meters or 60 or 70 or so on, a 4 damage increase is a lot on that M4. I'm gonna use an M4 in 2 years. I am excited to try it out. Near mid damage increased to 24. Dang, so its middle damage range increased by 3. That's insane. Max damage range increased to 30.48 meters up from 25.4. I don't know what its max damage is, but that range is now 0 to 30 meters. Wow. That's going to be great for mid maps. I need to check fire rate, and we need to see TTK on true game data, but that looks amazing as well. I'm hyped on that. That's cool. Boss B, max damage range increased to 40 meters. Okay, so nothing. That's absolutely nothing. Leg modifier increased to 0.9 up from 0.85 on the TAC V. Pointless. They only put this in here to have another section to be like, oh, we did something without breaking the game. This is a bunch of BS. That's crazy. Remember, guys, we're not cussing on the long form videos, only on the lives. All right. MR9's max damage range increased to 12.7 meters. Near mid damage range increase. That's not really going to help it enough. Still good, just not good enough. Max damage range decreased to 8.63 meters. Interesting for the SJX Horus, for sure. That makes this not good up close. That means it really struggles here. 8.6 meters is just too close. Near mid damage range decreased. So I think this is making it so you really have to put on the conversion kit in order to make this applicable. Man, that's a bummer. Superior, dude, you guys suck, bro. Decreased movement speed to 4.9 meters. So a 0.1 meter reduction in everything. Crouch movement speed, sprint speed. So instead of running at 8.2 meters per second, I'll run at 8.1. That's what we did. A 0.1 meter per second speed difference. And it's still the fastest SMG in the game by like a meter per second. Right. WSP9 legs modifier decreased to 0.9, down from 1 times. The WSP9 is a great longer range SMG option. It's literally not. This is actual cap. I don't know if you guys have like game Call of Duty, but SP9 is a pretty significant fall off at range, which is why the Superi and the Striker are way better long range SMGs. But I mean, I know I only play the game every day, but we wanted to ensure you need to be more accurate with your shots to hit the intended TTK. Bro, what? So we're just having a Modern Warfare 2 season. Mini-Bach, min damaged increased to 26, up from 21. No way we can bring the Mini-Bach back as a sniper support. That, dude, what a change of events, bro. Dan, does that mean we have to go and grind all of the Modern Warfare 2 camos and get the zombies camos? I'm gonna puke. Max damage range increase, near mid damage range increase, lower torso modifier increase, arm and hand modifier increase. This dude, Mini-Bach, new meta maybe? I don't know. That's pretty wild. PDSW min damage increased to 19, up from 16. Near mid damage increased to 24. Yo, if you guys love the P90, that might be back too. I don't think that's going to do enough though, to be honest. Vel 26, near mid damage increased to 22. Isn't this what all the hackers use? They all use the Vel? That sucks, bro. Min damage increased to 16. Arm and hand modifiers increased to 1.1. And then the Vaznev, min damage increased to 27. Oh, mid damage increased to 27, up from 25. Min damage increased to 23, up from 20. Max damage range increased to 11.43 meters. And so like a 3 meter difference on the Vaznev. Interesting. I wonder what the changes were to multiplayer and if that affects it differently. I would assume so. Okay, getting light machine guns. Bruin MK9 max damage range increased to 36 meters. Doesn't really do anything. Lower torso modifier decreased to 1, down from 1.1 times. Holger 2.6 was a dominant long-range choice. I think this just makes it more inconsistent, so choosing something like the MTZ556 or the STG44 might be better. We'll see. Polymia max damage range increased to 34 meters, so a 7 meter increase, and a upper and lower arm modifier increased to 1.1 time. This actually isn't bad. Polymia was a great choice based on true game data. That modifier might actually make it quite a bit more consistent. I don't think it'll take top spot, but it'll definitely put it in there. Attack Eradicator. Min damage increased to 28, up from 24. That's crazy on the Eradicator. Holy. That could actually be a meta contender for long range. I can't wait to try that. Max damage range increased to 39 meters, so a 6 meter increase on the max damage range too. That's sick. Attack Evolver leg modifier increased to 1.07. I don't think that's going to do enough. That is sick though. Reclaimer 18 into the shotguns fixed an issue causing inconsistent damage dealt to enemies in both fire types. Then increased rate of fire to 200 RPM, up from 182 RPM. And the semi-auto, you can't use the semi, well, you can, but it sucks. The semi-auto is not strong enough. You have to use the regular pump version in order to get the 2-shot like that. So I don't think that helps us here, but that is cool for zombies. And then KV broadside decreased the vertical recoil by 20%. Why? What's the point of that? Core 45, holy cow, decreased rate of fire to 240, down from 375 RPM. And then both the match trigger and the heavy match trigger got a crazy reduction. That's almost half. Down to 246 from 438, and then down to 272 from 545. That's wild. Sledgehammer decreased movement speed by 22%. Decreased heavy swing melee range to 3.2 meters, down from 5.3. Whoever enjoyed using this, your time is done. Warzone ranked play doing us so dirty on the Warzone side. I can't even believe this is a conversation I have to have. This was not a glitch. This was not a mistake. We do not have camos to earn based on our rank in Warzone ranked. It is only in multiplayer. So now we have to grind multiplayer for hopefully a good camo. That's insane. We get a weapon, a calling card, and a weapon charm. So you could literally be #1 in the entire world, #1, and you're going to get an emblem and a calling card, no camo. You're the greatest Warzone player in the world. Or you spent the most money on your hacks, you didn't get caught. Either one. That's, I think, going to do us like that. So chat, get ready for some multiplayer this season. We're going to be grinding that. That's like UI quality of life. Oh, boys, this is incredible. If you have ever died coming out of gas because your operator is taking off a gas mask, we no longer need to worry about that. It doesn't take an attachment slot. I don't have to equip it. It just does it automatically. If I walk into the gas, boom, my mask is on. If I walk out of gas, boom, my mask is off. I believe that things like reloading or gunfights or anything like that will not stop us from equipping that gas mask. So it just makes it something that happens automatically. If I have a gas mask, I can be in gas. If I don't. Reinforcement flare. We added a reminder in the HUD whenever your squad mate is eliminated and you have a reinforcement flare available. That's sick. I like that. Hopefully it's not like crazy on the screen, but I do like being reminded that I have the reinforcement flare. There have been quite a few times I have forgotten, and I'm sure that you guys have forgotten as well. Info parachute. Added the parachute camera perspective setting to the console graphics menu. The setting allows players to change between first and third person view while parachuting down the initial infill. So not when you're flying around all the time, but when you jump out of the plane, then we can automatically set it to be in third person, which is way better. To see our characters flying. I think that's sick. It's one of the only times in big map or anything like that you get to see your character in third person, unlike zombies where you can play the entire game like that. I like that. Show off the skins a little bit, paid the money, let's show it off. Plate carriers. The stow prompt now appears properly when looking at a plate carrier loot card. Beautiful. Some bug fixes. They fixed find a party. That's amazing. Fixed crashes and errors. Vehicle icons to be larger than intended. Thank you. Fixed an issue in plunder. Causing a backup pistol to remain. Okay. And preventing the specialist perk from updating the currently holding. An issue causing the player to get booted to the main menu while in the gunsmith. Dude, tell me you guys. Every time we load into a match and you're trying to adjust something in gunsmith before you get in there and then you get kicked out, then you got to go back and then you don't get it in time, then you load into the game and then all of a sudden you got to load out with like 2 attachments. No more, boys. Let's get it. Fix an issue causing a player to get kicked out of private match. Doesn't matter. All right. Dang. That's all the updates for season 5. Guys, should be pretty crazy. We're going to go out, test some guns, and then we're going to come back maybe with another video later this afternoon on potential metas, and the full breakdown should be incredibly similar. So things like the SVA445, incredible choice right now. Superi, incredible choice right now. We'll see on the new SMG, and I believe the STG44 is also a fantastic AR choice. Your Car 98 still right there, and pretty much set us for the season. Guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. We'll be going live in a bit to start playing, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go do some research for you. For everything else you need Call of Duty related, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video if you learned something new, and I'll see you guys out there. Later.